Just super excited. At this point in the year, you just want to win in advance. And I thought we did some good things. There were some things we still need to kind of correct and look a little bit sharper on. But those first games are always tough, and you kind of get out there and go. And now we're playing Mines, number one team. We've got a great opportunity to go to their place and try and steal a win.
Yeah, looking ahead to the weekend, play Mines back into the semifinals. This time on the road. Other than the obvious things, what are some of the differences between playing on the road in the semifinals in an atmosphere like that?
Well, obviously you're sleeping in your own bed, and just the comfort of the routine. But it's kind of cool to kind of go on the road right now and see what we can do and how well we can play and steal some wins and maybe another championship.
Questions?
Obviously, we talked a little bit last night, just the style Mines plays. They want to get up, they want to pressure, they want to be physical. What do you have to do to kind of counter what they do and not turn the ball over?
Well, I think the alarming stat from their game last night, they had 27 offensive rebounds against a really good rebounding team in Regis. So I think that's the thing that kind of stands out most to me. And it just wasn't one or two girls. They had 7 or 8 going in there and getting multiple offensive rebounds. And that'll stand out on the defensive side. And then just making sure, scout, not having a failure on our scout and knowing how to guard people. And the turnovers are going to be the 3 keys for us to go and steal a win.
I definitely agree with Coach. I think we have to keep our composure. We know they're going to get up and pressure us, and once they do that and we get out of our comfort zones, that's when things start going haywire. So we have to have that trust with each other, knowing that if they're getting pressured, that we'll be there as a pressure release and be able to help. But then definitely on our defensive side, we have to be able to stop their players. Like Denali Pinto had a double-double in that game, so she won Player of the Year last year, so we can't let her get going. We can't let all of the other girls especially get going, because you never know who could have a big night for them.
Yeah, I agree with both of the things they both said, and I think our main focus is boxing out. We've struggled in a few games with it, and collectively as a group, I think that's one thing we need to do to get it done. So.
See, the experience you guys have in the playoffs, it just looks like, every year it seems like this team knows how, okay, the calendar is turned to March. And this year it's a little bit different scenario for you guys, that you need to go win a couple more games to keep going. Does you get just kind of rely on all the seniors you have and the experience you've got going in?
I definitely say this is the time that we have to step up as a collective group. Having 8 seniors, we all have a lot of experience, especially the freshmen that started here, and now that we're seniors, we've seen this before. We've been to the RMAC tournament our freshman year, lost. Been to the RMAC tournament our sophomore year, made it as far as we did last year especially, and now this year is where our experience is going to really show, and especially our leadership is now with the time that if we haven't stepped up in the past, this is where we need to step up now.
Yeah, I agree. Right now it's do or die, and we have to step up. There is no question about it. And everyone's got to be a leader in their own, their own game. And I've been talking. We don't need 8 vocal leaders, but we need 8 leaders to do all the little things that have made us successful in the past, and especially this season. We've had good games, and we know when we go on little runs what triggers those. So hopefully we can go out and continue to do those things and sustain them a little bit longer.
Yeah, so last week I kind of could tell by the way you guys were talking. You were talking about working on the little things, and I have a good feeling about senior night. You guys came out senior night, played really well. Does that kind of go along with the experience you guys are talking about? It's like end of the season, your season's had ups and downs. Time to put the pedal to the metal. Is that kind of?
I think we kind of felt the pressure, like the do or die. Like, we're not in a position we've been in the past 2 years. We weren't on top. So we got to come out and we got to prove ourselves some people have written us off, and we still have a chance to do great things. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, championship is going to be won on the road in Ohio, and it's going to start this weekend, especially going up to Mines. Like, they've beaten us twice, and they kind of have that little edge on us, thinking that, oh, we're going to beat them again. But we have to have a chip on our shoulder, especially because people have already written us off, and, you know, you never know what can happen in March. It's March Madness for a reason.
And from a personal view, just being back, I think in my highlights last night, or 2 nights in a row, or 2 games in a row, I said, like, glad to see her back, like, playing well again. I was been just back on the court again.
I mean, it's been amazing just being able to play with my teammates again. That month that I was out, I was just, oh my gosh, kept aching to get back out there and just wanting to help my teammates win for the games and everything. But, I mean, during that time, I was able to really show, like, what I've seen sitting on the sidelines and stuff, and then just helping share my knowledge to all the other girls that have been able to play. But being back now, I can take all of what I've seen and put it onto the court and still help.
So, Coach, you've almost got a full, almost healthy team. I mean, you know, Danny and Natalie aren't going to be 100% until, you know, middle of the summer probably. But you have more options now, and you can tell Natalie feels better, Danny feels better, and it's just a little more cohesive out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great in practice to go 5-on-5. You know, we went probably 3 weeks where we didn't even go 5-on-5. If we did, it was for a little bit. And so I think we're starting to gel a little bit. We've continued to have to do that and just play well. Not only do we have to play great defense, but we got to put the ball in the hole. So you know, there's 2 things to this game, and hopefully we've got enough in us left and a little bit of desire to go. And you know, like we said, the girls have played well in March in the past, and I think the Mavericks are made for March, and we're going to go out and give our best shot.
Okay, I'm good.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. If you had to describe yourself as a player and as a coach in one word, what would it be?
Can't you guys describe that for me?
There are so many.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Sophie?
So I'm doing coach, or what I play too? I would say intense.
I would agree. Yeah. Soph, can I describe you and you describe me?
Sure.
I'd say Sophie's a headbanger.
Okay, I don't know if I can top that. But, one word is tough. I mean, I like relentless, coming back in the season and showing up. So